This is Angela here with a Thursday tip for you. One is doing Facebook Lives. You do not have to be all fancy, and it doesn't have to be making a card. You can share a tip with your customers that may have saved them time, energy, make them want more of what you've got. You want a clean area, and our grid paper is great. The paper pumpkin one I'm pulling out right now because we have the paper pumpkathon starting May 7th. And then you also want your website and your hostess code, if you do a monthly hostess code, to be visible in the area. You can have a beverage, you can have some kind of something that connects you. I start with my coffee every morning on mine. And so you can show your face or you can not show your face, as you can see here. All right, as I would do on my Stampin' After Sunrise Facebook Lives, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And show you my tip for Thursday on Friday. Ink pads. You may catch your customers. I know I do. I see it all the time in my classes. When they've closed an ink pad, they turn it upside down. I want to educate them on the proper way to store the ink pads, even during class, is Stampin' Up. And the reason you can explain to them this way is when you open the ink pad with the stamp up down, that means the ink is coming to the top of the pad and it's going to be juicy every time they use it. Okay? The other thing I do, and I suggest to my customers, is the Memento and Versamark. They are not like Stampin' Up. They don't have the ink in the pad. So I do store these upside down. So any ink pad that's not Stampin' Up, store it upside down. Stampin' Up, make sure the logo is in the top. Another thing, especially if you mail or mail some kits that have ink pads, sometimes it'll happen in a shipment. Majority of the time the ink pads I get are flat, but sometimes they will get turned on their side. Maybe they don't open the box right away, or if you've like an in-color club and they get that package and they've stored them all on their sides because they don't stack up. Yeah, the ink in a brand new ink pad can leak out if it's stored on its side, on its end, and it'd be all in this plastic covering. That does not mean the ink pad is damaged. All they have to do is open it up, get a little ink on them, and wash it all off. And the ink pad is not damaged. Another thing that a lot of customers don't know is, once they open it, are the labels on the back. So there are labels and they are pre-cut. So all you have to do, show them how to take those labels off and put them on the end. That way they know about that. Now, maybe they know about this, and they know about the labels. I actually take the label off the next, it doesn't matter what language it is on the other end. It's just so I can see what color this ink pad is at all times. There's also a blank one down at the very bottom, and that is for the inside. Okay, so we can easily do that. Set this flat. You could use a little piercer, a little pokey tool to put this in, but there. It goes right in there, okay? Now, this is something that most customers won't know. I actually had a demo the other week. Once you have used all those labels, peel this off, all of it. And also this white backing that these labels are on, that needs to come off because that little bit of thickness, believe it or not, keeps these ink pads from stacking together. I mean, they will stack together, but not as tightly as they will without that, okay? And if you stack your ink pads, even if you're at an event or something, they stack very nicely, like that, okay? that little bit of paper in between will keep those from fitting so as snugly as they should. Okay? All right, that's my tip. Hope you've enjoyed it. Again, do your Facebook Live and always point out your monthly hostess code, your website, and tell them when they can come back. So I will see you back here next Thursday. Have a great day and let the sun shine in your heart.